Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV. Today we are reacting to a video called 10 Surprising Swedish Inventions and Discoveries from the channel FTD Facts.
Taking a little trip across the pond, okay? Learning a little bit about Swedish inventions.
Yes.
That we did not know before.
Yes.
The description of this video reads, the beautiful country of Sweden is home to many incredible places and amazing people. Many important and world-changing inventions also came from Sweden and people of Swedish descent. Here are 10 amazing inventions and discoveries that you probably didn't know came out of Sweden.
I love this. I
yeah,
really
this will
do.
be fun.
Because it could be stuff that we like use all the time, you know, or we're like used to and we see it and we didn't even know where it came from, where its origin was from.
I love videos like this. Ever since we started, reacting on this channel, videos like this get recommended to us. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. As I was a kid, I avoided, school a little bit. Maybe it was because, I don't know. I don't want to get into my childhood like that. This isn't like a video on bullying or being self-conscious and self-esteem. But I had a little bit of trouble in school, so I kind of avoided it like the plague. But now as I've gotten older, I really enjoy educating myself on things like this. And as an American, you kind of stay within a bubble sometimes. And yeah, this channel there's a lot of credit that goes to you guys for recommended videos like this.
Definitely.
It's broadened our horizons.
It's enlightening, it is. It's our way of traveling. I like it.
Exactly. But yeah, we've got links for this channel, FTD Facts, this original video down below in the description. Go show them some support. And without further ado, let's get into this.
The beautiful country of Sweden is home to many incredible places and amazing people. Many important and world-changing inventions have also come from Sweden and from people of Swedish descent. So in this episode, I'm exploring 10 amazing inventions and discoveries that you probably didn't know came out of Sweden. Hey everyone, my name is Leroy Kenton and thanks for joining.
I saw the zipper, the globe, and I think that was Titanfall 2 or something like that, the video game. I don't know. I'm just trying to guess.
Or the freaking computer monitor. That's what I was thinking, but...
Maybe
probably
the computer
didn't know
monitor
came out of Sweden. Hey everyone, my name is Leroy Kenton and thanks for joining me here on another episode of FTD Facts. This is a channel where we love to explore the different people, countries, and cultures from all around the world. And yeah, we're jumping into Sweden again. So first off, if you love Sweden, give this video a thumbs up, as well as if this is your first time here to FTD Facts, press that subscribe button as well as that bell notification so you'll be notified of future videos like this. Okay, so let's start off with the first invention. In the year 1958, Rune Elquist developed a battery-run artificial pacemaker. Now, this was used for the very first pacemaker operation done by the surgeon named Aki Senning, and the operation was done at the Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm, Sweden. So yeah,
wow.
Pacemakers, I had no idea were invented by Swedes. So if you're not familiar how pacemakers work, they go under the heart of the person that you operated on, and it sends electric pulses to the heart so the muscles can expand and contract so it can regulate your heartbeat.
When the sinoatrial node fails to function correctly, an artificial pacemaker can be fitted to help regulate the heartbeat with small, evenly timed electric shocks. This involves implanting electrodes into one or more of the heart's chambers and implanting a device called the generator just under the skin.
Wow, I've had family members that had pacemakers, my grandmother, but I really had no idea how they worked.
Like, I knew that there was something that was just underneath the skin, like it was like a little device, but I didn't know how it was connected. I never thought to ask somebody how it's connected, how it connects, because I knew that has something to do with your heart and regulating your heart and the fact that your heart probably couldn't beat properly on its own all the time.
So it detects that it's not beating properly, sends a little shock to your heart.
That would be
back
so
on track.
Scary, though, because
crazy.
There's a lot of things that you probably have to avoid using a pacemaker. But that's really cool.
This has helped a lot of people.
Called the generator, just under the skin. For more severe heart conditions, an implantable defibrillator, or ICD, can be used, which is also capable of sensing a stopped heart and delivering an electric shock powerful enough to restart it.
Jeez.
So this thing, the Celsius thermometer, came out of Sweden. It was developed by the Swedish mathematician and astronomer by the name of Anders Celsius. Clearly you see where the name came from.
Yeah.
Anders Celsius made massive contributions in the field of astronomy, and this new
He looks so
thermometer that
young.
he invented that measured 100 degrees between freezing and boiling, this was really his claim to fame, and the majority of countries in the world use Celsius thermometers, so it's a very common measurement system now. Without
That's
that,
cool.
would probably be stuck with just trying to calculate temperature in Fahrenheit, and I don't know, like, I'm not the greatest at math, but just trying to figure out how to calculate in Fahrenheit, like, it hurts my brain. So thank you, brother Celsius.
Which is so weird that we use Fahrenheit.
I mean, we can get into that. This isn't, you know,
It's
it
so
isn't
much
that type of
easier to do
video.
Celsius, but I'm not familiar with Celsius, so I don't know how to calculate.
I've had to
Celsius
become
from
more
Fahrenheit.
familiar with it because I've built the last few PCs,
Mm-hmm.
and they all tell you the temperature of the CPU through Celsius.
Okay.
So yeah, I've kind of had to look it up so many times that I'm
Right.
like, okay, I'm getting quicker and quicker and quicker at it.
Yeah, that's
It
good.
hurts
That's
my
awesome.
brain. So thank you, brother Celsius. Next
Brother
up, we have the
Celsius.
3-point seatbelt. This seatbelt formation is pretty much standard in all vehicles now, and it was developed by Niels Bolin, who is a Swedish inventor as well as a safety engineer. And this is back in 1959 when he created this for the automobile company Volvo. And the reason why these seatbelts are shaped like a Y is because if you get into an accident, it really disperses the energy across your body, so it's not just like
Yeah.
maybe get ripped in half or something, but this kind of really holds you in place
back,
so that
yeah.
you're not ripped in half when you crash. I know it's a pretty graphic example, but let's just say that these seatbelts save a lot of lives. Statistically,
Definitely.
1 life every 6 minutes to be exact.
If you look at
That's
a
amazing.
3-point safety belt 50 years ago compared to a 3-point safety belt today, it's a huge difference. The basic principles are still there. You can put it on using one hand. It has a good geometry. It's holding the upper body, the lower body. But whatever we will do, we'll still have those basic principles that were established by Niels Bolin.
Over 100 years
That's
ago, Coca-Cola
awesome.
introduced this unique bottle to the rest of the world. Now you show this soda bottle to somebody and right away they recognize, oh, that's the Coke bottle. But few people know that this design was created by the Swedish man by the name of Alexander Samuelsson. He was told to create a
What?
bottle that people could recognize in the dark just by touching it, or if it was lying on the ground, broken or whatever, people could still recognize it. And Alexander Samuelsson more than delivered on this
He
one.
definitely nailed it for
Wow.
sure. That's crazy.
You see,
That's
the country of Sweden has a
mind-boggling.
lot of surprises, like even things surprising to the people that were born and raised there. And just so you know, if you do want to expand your knowledge about this amazing country, we do have a playlist about the videos that we've done about Sweden. We go into the culture, we go into the history, we talk about the military, etc., etc., etc. I'll link to it in the card section of this episode, as well as below in the video description. I'll also have it at the end screen of this video. And we recently did a video about the differences between Sweden and Norway. That's an
Whoa.
interesting, fun one, and I
That's a
highly
cool
recommend
building.
that one.
how
I'll link to
beautiful
that
it
as
is.
well. Now, the invention of the ultra
If there's any of those other videos that you would like us to check out, we'd be more than happy. These are two
Absolutely.
beautiful countries.
Yeah, that's absolutely stunning.
Look at these shots, man.
That
Sing
freaking
fun
building,
one.
Building
is
is
distracting
kinda-
me. Yeah, it's like in the
yeah.
forefront, and that's all I can see. Just the way that it is, like it's twisted. That's so cool.
Imagine living in this little town.
Look
right
at that.
here.
There's 3, unless it's like a reflection on the camera, but still, it looks like there's 3 rainbows in a row.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Do you see the little town though?
Yeah, I couldn't
I
imagine.
highly
living there.
recommend that one. I'll link to that as well. Now, the invention of the ultrasound also has its roots in Sweden. The Swedish doctor by the name of Igni Elder, he worked alongside the Austrian researcher Karl Helmut Hertz, and they developed the first ultrasound. This became the primary non-invasive way to examine our hearts as well as our internal organs. And of course, when mothers want to determine whether or not they're pregnant or really just check the gender of their baby, they use ultrasound. So this is another invention that completely changed history. And like, what would we
Yeah.
do without this next invention? Like, wearing pants just wouldn't be the same. The modern day zipper was created by a Swedish American inventor, Gideon Sundbach. He had improved upon an earlier, not so effective version that was created back in the year 1913. And this new version that he designed, he called it the separable fastener, and then he patented it in the year 1917. And now we use them when wearing pants or trousers if you're from the UK, as well as other backpacks and other kind of bags. Now, for those of you who are...
Give him credit for all the good zippers out there, okay? I don't know how many freaking bad zippers I run into these days. People try to just slap a zipper on anything.
Gosh, yes.
And as soon as you zip it up just a few notches, you're like, dude, this is a cheap zipper.
It's a horrible zipper. It's not working.
Yeah.
As well as other backpacks and other kind of bags. Now, for those of you who are watching this video on your computer, I can almost bet 100% of you are watching it on a flat screen monitor. Sven Torborn Lagerwall,
right.
He discovered the ferroelectric liquid crystals back in the year 1979, and this is a technology that led to the development of the flat screen monitors. And from that discovery, flat screen monitors went into mass production since the year 1994.
That's the reason why I bought mine. This monitor has a 60 Hz refresh rate with a 1 millisecond gray to gray response time.
Also, many families and people out there would probably have gone bankrupt if it wasn't for the invention of Skype. Yeah, you get to save a lot of money on those long distance calls to your relatives overseas.
Hey babe, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey, how's your day?
that was good.
But what you didn't know
It is crazy that like Skype was the original, but now there's so many different
things.
versions of it. We just got lucky enough to watch Jessica's brother.
He got married today.
Yeah, he got married today.
And he's all the way in Turkey, so we couldn't be there for the ceremony, but it was so amazing to see it live. And that's what was beautiful. It was like we were there, but we couldn't be there in person.
There was a whole group call with many family members in there, and it was beautiful. What a beautiful moment.
It was awesome.
And it was due to, the invention of Skype, really. The trickle down effect.
Yeah, right?
That's very cool. Was that this came out of the mind of a Swedish man. His name was Nicholas Zenström, and he co-developed Skype, and he worked with a team including a Danish inventor by the name of Janos Friis. Creating Skype, of course, capitalized on the use of internet technology, and in the year 2011, Microsoft bought it for $8.5 billion US. Wow. And I always thought that Microsoft invented Skype. Nope. So again, we got to say thank you to the nation of Sweden for saving the rest of us a whole lot of money. Although many of us don't use old school telephones anymore, I thought it was pretty important to share this invention. The Swedish telecommunications company Ericsson was founded by Lars Magnus Ericsson in the year 1876. And the company's first ultra successful product was the telephone handset. It had the mic where you spoke in as well as the earpiece to listen to all in one. Before that, with telephones, you had to hold the microphone in one hand and hold the earpiece in the other hand. Pretty annoying, but this just put it all together in one and just made it so much easier.
Yeah.
That would be so cool to have one of those.
How interesting would it be to just talk on a phone like that? How did we handle this? Like, this is so crazy. I wonder if we handed the boys like a wall phone. What they would do with it.
Yeah, we've upgraded so much even since we were kids.
Yeah, I remember talking on the house phone, and you could only go so far until we got the cordless one that you had to charge. Yeah. But we'd always forget to put it back on the charger. That was my guilty thing. I would never put it back on the charger. But yeah.
And if you had two of them, you could pick up, immediately click like the mute button, and then listen in on
phone
people.
Call.
Has been further proof that the frontiers of progress have no limit.
And finally, the last invention and discovery that I want to share that came out of Sweden was the safety matches.
Okay.
Matches, of course, have been around for a long time, right? But they were very dangerous, so you really had to know what you're doing, or else you'd get burned and burn up everything and everyone else around you. However, thanks to Gustaf Erk-Potch, we don't have to worry so much about that anymore. He had decided to move the flammable phosphorus, which was embedded in the match head, to the side of the matchbox, as well as replace the poisonous yellow phosphorus with a red version of the phosphorus that was non-toxic. And because of this, matches became a lot safer. And this was huge for the Swedish economy because several times in history, 75% of all matches sold in the world were coming from Sweden. Okay, so those were 10 amazing.
I wish we could have seen the old matches, though.
I know, right?
I wanted to see the old ones that he was talking about, man. I've never seen what matches look like before this.
Yeah, the red tip.
These matches are cool. They have like little handwritten notes on every single one of them.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? That's cool.
matches sold in the world were coming from Sweden. Okay, so those were 10 amazing discoveries and inventions that came out of the nation of Sweden. How many of these did you know had ties to Sweden? Like really, for me, this was completely surprising. I hadn't known any of them. Let me know down in the comment section below. And this is nowhere close to the amount of amazing stuff that came out of Sweden. So if you want to see more videos like this, also leave that below in the comment section. Well, it's that time again now where I say goodbye, but it's not goodbye, it's see you later. I can't wait to share more interesting facts with you in another episode. My name is Leroy Kenton, and I'll see you real soon.
That was cool. That was an
really
enjoyable
cool.
video. I had no idea about any of those
None
things.
of those things. First of all, Leroy has a kind face. I like him a lot. His personality is very awesome. He seems very appreciative of what he's talking about. And like,
Hey everyone,
when you're
here are those
appreciative-
videos about Sweden that I recommended earlier. We post videos all throughout the week here on FTD Facts, so check back each day for more educational content so you can learn more about our world together with us here at FTD Facts.
That's an interesting... I don't think that that's the thumbnail for Swedish military. Sweden military. It's like a girl.
It's a clickbait one.
I don't know what's
Jeez.
going on. It's a makeup video. Okay.
Something, yeah.
That was
But
cool though.
Yeah, he's very just like, he's very into it and like passionate, and you can tell that he's just putting out something that he's very interested in, which is trickling down to whoever else is watching it. Cause
Yeah, you learn things like this and you want to share that information with others.
Yeah.
And that's why videos like this get recommended to people like us, because you just want to share that information across the globe.
no idea of any of those things, but what I did take from that video was that a lot of people from Sweden did think about the rest of the world and how to benefit it, because like a lot of those things were safety, a lot of those things were health wise, like something to better the human life, the human race altogether, like
Connecting with your family over long
connect.
distances.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's mental health as well. Like,
those
that
are the
trickles
best
down,
types
but
of
yeah.
inventions though.
Yeah.
You know, there's new inventions, not as many I would say now than, you know,
That
10,
we know of, yeah,
20,
like-
30. As you keep going back, there were so many different inventions that have lasted.
Yeah.
Now it's like superficial things.
Yeah.
All of the and improving the inventions that like improve upon the last thing.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that are taking old inventions and kind of like
Putting a remix on
yeah,
them.
like remixing them a little bit.
But yeah, I really didn't know anything about Sweden before we watched this video. The most that I know, this really isn't anything about Sweden, but I watch a lot of UFC over the years, and there's a few Swedish fighters. So, like Alexander Gustafsson, I've been a huge fan of him for a long time. But other than that, I really, you know, very uneducated when it comes to Sweden.
Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing of Sweden. But yeah, that was like blew my mind because I didn't know any of those things. Like the telephone, like I knew that people like did the little thing and then they had to hold it like this. I didn't know that the handset, like that's where it all began. Like that's where it all started. Somebody's brain was thinking.
Yeah, that lasted for a long
one-handed.
time.
Yeah. And then the matches, like you're right, I do want to see what the old matches look like, even though they were toxic, is not good. And the fact that they put the stuff on the inside, I'm sure that was very dangerous for homes who were just using heat for their electricity, basically.
Yeah, I have to know what matches
That didn't
looked
make
like
sense, but
before the
yeah.
current day match.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a hard time even finding footage of that.
Yeah, he probably couldn't find any. But I
yeah.
would be very interested in that, but yeah.
This being our first foray. I can't say that word, dude. I struggle with it.
I don't know what word you're trying to say.
It's the first like endeavor, okay? Our first dive in. That word eludes me. I apologize. This is our first trip down anything related to Sweden.
Yep, there we
so
go.
if there's anything else you would like us to check out, or a different country or anything like that, we're layman's when it comes to most things outside of the U.S., so feel free, drop the links, drop the video titles down below.
Yep.
We'd be happy to check them out.
Definitely. We definitely want to expand our horizons when it comes to seeing the rest of the world.
All right, friends. Thank you for joining us on this, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
I'm not scared of your love, so show me it. Let